the tools on the move and the pinto. Choose what I get to, never lose move on the move, but it's simple. Never give up.
Hello guys, here we are at the KTM showroom. We have not one, we have not two, not six, we have nearly 10 models of KTMs, nearly 9 or 10 models of KTMs launched in India. And these are all completely built units. These are not made by Bajaj, it's directly completely built units, knockoff units assembled and shipped here and assembled in Bajaj. As you can see, that's the 90 Super Duke R, which is not coming in with the AMT transmission, which is with the manual transmission reportedly, as we are not sure if it's coming with the AMT or not. And this is supposed to be a shade lesser than 30 lakhs. If it gets to get on road, we are still waiting for the RTO confirmations. That's a monster of a super naked street fighter. And on the opposite side we have the 1290 Adventure S, which is a fitting response to the BMW 1300 GS or the 1200 Tiger from Triumph. So this is going to be a huge competition to both Triumph and BMWs. Even if the Aprilia 2RX happen to make it in the segment, it's going to answer to them. Given the kind of dealer network, the service response, we can bet big time on the KTMs. So that's the 1290 Adventure S for you. And let's move on to the next set of bikes, which are the recent launches in the last couple of days. The 890 Adventure R, so which carries the same engine as the 890 Duke, which I'm going to cover. So this is, I'm betting very big on this segment of 890, so which will go against the likes of 850 BMW ADVs, as well as the 900 Triumph Tiger. This is going to be a huge successful model in my opinion, given the engine torque configurations and the touring capabilities and off-road capabilities that it carries. And then we have the scalpel, as we can call this as a scalpel 890 Duke. So this is an upgrade on the 790 Duke, as you can see. So this carries a twin cylinder engine as opposed to the ADVs that we've seen, the three different models of ADVs before this, what we've seen, those were V-twin engines. I'm sorry, the 890 ADV and the Duke are twin engines, and the Adventure S and the Super Duke both carry the V-twin engines. These are parallel twin engines. So this is 890. So here we have four bikes in the big engine capacities. Now moving away from the big super bikes or the ADVs, you have the segment exploding SX 50 SX, which is a kids scrambler, or you can call the autocross motocross machine, which is essentially for the kids, and there's no need for the RTO registration. This can straight away bump off the showrooms and off to the tracks, not meant for the road. It's not road legal. It's designed not to be road legal. And the next bike in this segment is a 65cc 65SX, as you can see here, standing next to it. So these are again for the kids between 5 to 12 years segment. Enormous power to weight ratio. These weigh probably for the 65cc, I'm assuming it will be less than 65 kilos. 50 kilos or lighter, which means 1:1 or more than 1:1 power ratio, power to torque ratio, power to weight ratio. So as we move on, we have an 85cc, also in the same autocross and the motocross segment, which is called the 85SX. That's the 85SX for you. Again, meant for the kids between essentially 8 to 14 years, in my opinion. You can see the back. So these are all coming with the Kickstarters. You can see that, the old-fashioned Kickstarters for guys who don't know what's a Kickstarter, even the 90s kids, only the late 90s kids would know that, or early mid 90s kids would know that. So after that, everything became the electric or auto starts, and these come with the beautiful vintage carburetors. Today it's all ECU tuned and ECU mapped and whatnot. Plug in a laptop and reconfigure the entire add to power ratio and power mixture going onto the engine. Here it's all Kickstarter in the kid segment. So this is how the bikes of yesterday used to be, even for the adults. But this kid's bike is all coming with a rudimentary Kickstarter, which makes it a lot of fun. So all the kids who are aspiring to give up their mobile phones or laptops or say tablets or say iPhones and virtual gadgets, I would say throw them all. Come and discover this beautiful world of racing, rallying and off-roading motorcycling. Get yourself on the hands in one of these machines. Get trained by a safe mentor who can safely guide you in a covered, secure rally track, who will tell you everything from rally racing and autocross, and tell you how to become a rally champ, or if not, make it your passion, which is a more healthy sport and physically and mentally enduring sport. Trust me, this is much better than getting stuck to your TV or your mobile phones. It's good for your mental and physical health. Now, these are three bikes which you see, the 50cc, 65cc and the 85cc, with the SX logo on the tail of these configurations. Now we have the huge 250cc, which is a proper rally racing machine, which is the 250 SX. You can see that. So this weighs in at much lesser than 100 kilos, again with an enormous torque, power to weight ratio. Imagine a 250cc with less than 100cc weight. You can calculate the power to weight ratio figures. This is purely for the adults. And this machine does not come with a Kickstarter, obviously, for the obvious reasons. These are not for the kids, these are for adults, and there are reasons why it has come with an electric starter. So get yourself one of these, and these are not road legal. Again, these are proper rally machines. So I hear that some of the experts like Ajit Bharadwaj, I'm not surprised even if Santosh, CS Santosh or somebody would grab the handles of one of these and buy one of these for professional segments. So moving on from here, we have the limited edition bike from France, reportedly from France, which is built in collaboration with 6 days. There you go, which is a 350 XCF, 6 days, and there you go, France logo, and I'm sorry, pardon me. So this, you can see the logo of 350 EXCF. I guess it's clear to you. I hope it's not blurring. That's a 350 XCF for you. So this is the only road legal version of the Enduro models, which completes the 5th bike in the off-road and road, off-road and Enduro for this bikes, which is the only road legal bike in this lineup of KTM. This is sponsored with the limited edition 6 days. Literally all over the bike. So for a change, you can see red, blue and white instead of the orange, which is always on your eyes, which lets you forget for a moment it's not a KTM, but it is a KTM in a real manner. So this comes with the FIM International ISDE 6 days of Enduro logo, KTM with the 2022 official motorcycle of the year, 6 days logo again. So they come with the headlight. So this needs registration, which is purely for the adults and for the road and not for the track. Obviously you can take it to the track, but it needs a registration. So you can see this huge fuel tank. I'm not sure about the capacity, but I've been told that it consumes at the rate of 2 liters, 2.5 liters approximately for a 2-hour run. So it can run up to 6 hours probably on a full tank of gas. So these are completely water-cooled engines as opposed to the previous KTM engines. These are entirely different engines built on purpose. Just look at the height of the stand. This could be at least the height of, I would say, from my foot to my knees or to my shin. That's the height from the ground. So this is fully flexible. There's a side stand, so this goes inside, retractable, and there's a rally claw-shaped peg. That's the claw-shaped peg. You can see that. Yeah, there you go. And you have the shifter, and this looks like a small, tiny little pressure cooker, steam pressure cooker, plumbed with this water hose pipe or the liquid coolant coming into the water jacket of the engine and going out of the water jacket, getting circulated with that, twin pod. Very good for a better access. You have the twin pod radiators. So this is a twin cradle down tube frame as opposed to the regular cradle frame on all the motocross machines what you see. So with a lot of travel, I'm not sure what is the travel on this bike yet. I'm sure this will be in the region of 180 mm, 200 mm plus. So this opens up a huge segment left behind by the recent launch of the KLX Kawasaki 230 and the Hero Enduro models, which is again going through an upgrade. Needless to say, this is going to be the biggest segment in India. From kids to adults to teenagers to everybody's going to jump into this bandwagon. And this is my favorite segment as well. Apart from the track and enduro bikes, these are my favorite segments. So we are ready to race and we are ready to thrash every manufacturer and every segment. And KTM is declaring war against every other manufacturer, from the BMWs of the world to the Triumph to every other manufacturer out there. Maybe with Husqvarna, their only other sister brand and recent acquisition being the MV Augusta. But the reports suggest that the KTM group is 49%, as you know, is owned by Bajaj, and the remaining is owned by Pierer Mobility Group. So what we hear is that it needs $100 million plus unofficial reports in terms of the funding required to keep the group financially intact. So this is a good time for KTM to float or look for investors in the market. It's a bit late, I would say, having thrown a whole lot of models open to the customer in the market in India. But they need to get the funding secured very fast. The best way to go about is Bajaj being a practical immediate investor or to raise the stakes. $100 million is no big money for Bajaj or any big player in India, or even any big startups to invest in India. So it's not a big money. So I even hear that Norton possibly is going to come under the same KTM family. But there is confusion over Norton. Norton has been bought over by TVS from India, but we also hear that Norton may come under the KTM. There's a lot of speculation going, but definitely there's nothing exciting like this. Never seen an exciting time. I've never seen such excitement around the KTM brand. I'm not a KTM owner, but I'm very soon considering one of these machines, either an enduro or the adventure machine, very soon. And a lot of tech updates, a lot of things happening. You can see the whole world of KTM over here. I'm just going to open this up for you. So that's a number of bikes launched for KTM in one go in this last couple of days. So there are about 10 bikes launched, and the whole floor is full of buzzing with people, YouTubers, potential buyers, and a lot of sales teams being routed. I would suggest to KTM and Bajaj to bring in their training teams from Austria or from Bajaj plant to train every single technician, service personnel, and their sales teams to make sure that they're better equipped, better trained than anybody in Austria to be able to handle the clients in order to be able to make this huge lineup of motorcycles successful. Because it's one thing to launch these kind of motorcycles, and it's totally another thing to get the acceptance of the customer, the product market fit, and the acceptance of the product. It's not just about the marketing; it's the after-sales support which speaks volumes about this whole launch of this machinery. So kudos to KTM, and let's look forward to exciting times. Cheers.